Welcome to Midsummer Musings, and today we're talking all things art in Midsummer with the lovely Matto Lucas. Hi, Matto.
Hey, how's it
Thanks
going?
for joining me. I had to do it. I couldn't help myself. It's just fun. Art. You're an amazing visual artist. Oh, come on, you are.
I'm pretty great.
You are. You're pretty good. Let it go with you. You're a Midsummer Life member.
Yeah.
You've had work in Midsummer over the years.
A long time.
Really
I can't
great.
actually.
I still haven't seen any of it.
Yes, because
that's
you've got
a
too many
complaint we
shows
often have
on.
because I'm doing so many things. But I mean, admittedly, for you, art is life. So much so, he's wearing some paint and things. He didn't even have time to get changed to come into the studio today.
I'm in the middle of a bump in.
He is art, and that's the way that it goes. So, here's an interesting question. What does queer art mean?
Well, okay.
Let's just dive right into the light stuff.
I think what's so great about Midsummer is that queer art, there's a lot of different politics and things going on for queer artists. And yes, you've got like beautiful oil paintings of torsos and beautiful men, which is aesthetically pleasing. But what's really great is it does give a platform, and Rat, who organises most of the visual art stuff, does give a really great platform for many artists to be talking about other politics that's going on in the queer community. And lots of niche things and not just the beautiful objectification of pseudo-Adonis men.
I mean, admittedly, that's what some people just put forward as their image so it gets people to get attention.
And it is,
It's a way to roll.
it is nice to look at.
Totally.
But there are a few really important other kind of dynamics going on that people talk about through their art. So personally, I talk a lot about body politic, and I've got kind of a grating relationship with that Adonis kind of image versus reality.
So what art skill are you working on at the moment?
At the moment, more...
Because you do so much, I can't just go, what is it that you do?
It's more body value systems. So the queered body and how we exist and how we can operate as queer men inside a community that fetishizes hypermasculinity and that kind of super Adonis look.
I love it. That's the abbreviated version of your current exploration of art. What stuff did you have in Midsummer this year?
So this year I had a performance installation solo show called Somatotype at Off the Curb Gallery, and I also did a performance for the Company of Men group show. So
Now, were you a part of the Company of Men last year as well?
No, I documented it for Melbourne Art Review, but yeah, it was a really interesting kind of full-on experience. So it's been a really great experience being a part of it this year.
Well, when you're looking at the hyper-masculine body politic, the Company of Men thing kind of collides with that. That's pretty exciting and fun.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing I think that's kind of awesome about Midsummer, when you do go to the website and you look at everything that's on, and yes, I'm a performer, there's lots of cabaret comedy and all that kind of stuff going, we have a show, look at us, art. And then when you look at the visual art, like there's some really in-depth and exciting, and there's quite an array of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's something really interesting when it comes to what art is, the many different types and
I
skills
agree.
that
I
come
think
to the
it's
fore.
really valuable, especially for Midsummer. And the thing that Midsummer does that distances itself from things like just Mardi Gras, which is kind of just a big party parade. They do have other events, but
We love that too, though. We love that too.
But I think what's really valuable about Midsummer is that it does have the visual art side, and there is a conversation going on with all their kind of visual arts events that are a lot more serious and kind of worthwhile to have a breather and take a step back and kind of, appreciate
Absolutely.
art. Yeah, not
appreciate art.
Yeah.
Not art, but art.
not just beautiful
Yeah,
torsos.
no, it's absolutely true.
Other
And
conversations.
What was the first Midsummer that you ever did?
It's been a long time,
long
but it was
time.
at 45 downstairs at that point. I think it was the first year Rat
Were you
actually
nervous
took over.
at your first artistic Midsummer?
Yeah, very much so, because I thought my work was very much abrasive towards the kind of stuff that was being shown at the time. And so I was a little bit nervous that I didn't fit in and I was making this really bizarre stuff that everyone was like, no, yeah. But obviously it's been an amazing kind of journey with Midsummer, being the premiere artist in 2013 at Red Gallery. That was an amazing experience, and then being given the lifetime membership, which is just nuts. So, yeah.
So here's something funny, because I mean, I'm a performer, so I look at Midsummer from very much this kind of perspective, and you're a visual artist. And so when you kind of look at Midsummer, what stuff do you look and find for? What excites you?
I like to look at the performance stuff as well. I kind of look at it for every event and see what in terms of my own education and what I'm interested in, what jumps out at me. So it's not just I'll go to the visual art stuff, but I do tend to look at that first to just lock down the galleries or whatever show is happening. But there's a lot of really cool kind of one-party event things with like visual video stuff. There was something on at the place behind the art centre, testing grounds.
There's so much testing grounds, showing a whole lot of different things, and that is really exciting.
Yeah.
The Midsummer are throwing all those things, that melting pot of art together, which is really awesome.
It's really cool.
It's great that we have something like this in Melbourne.
Yes. Oh, well, it suits Melbourne so perfectly as well. So, yeah.
So here's a question. Do you have a favourite Midsummer memory?
Oh, God.
I know. I'm going right in there with the deepness.
A favourite Midsummer memory.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done at Midsummer?
Oh God, probably dressing head to toe in black, painting my head black, wearing a black ruff to the opening for for the Wabi Sabi show. That was I mean, it's Midsummer, you can do that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, riding that tram home was not fun.
Do you get to go to Carnival and Pride March and things like that as well?
Yeah, so I always go to Pride March, always. You know, we shouldn't take for granted kind of how easy we have it as queer men here, or LGBTQI. We have it very easy in Australia. So I always go to Pride March. But Carnival, I always go to Carnival and tea dance and that kind of stuff.
And get a bit sunburnt. And, and dance around and have lots of fun.
Yeah, and catch up with friends and stuff like that. It's great to feel kind of just, you know, it's there and it's happening and it's not a big deal.
It's really wonderful that we have this and we're able to celebrate it in that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting and I love it.
Yes, me too.
So this has been a very quick chat about all things that are artistic and arty, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come. Even though you're covered in art right now and you're living art, and art is fantastic. So thank you for coming, Matto.
Thanks so much.
Art is your life and art is great. You've been watching Midsummer Musings on BENT TV.